Last week, Doc and I accidentally stumbled onto a pretty not bad comic book in Reckoning War Alpha, but this week we're bringing the goods. Both of the comic books that we thought would be terrible ended up living up to the billing and then some. We're going to talk about Secret X-Men #1 from Tini Howard and Robin's #4 from Tim Seeley. Yes, I'm going to make Doc read Tim Seeley. How much longer can you take this, Doc? Because I'm putting you through the ringer. I'm trying to make you quit.
I feel like my brain is getting calloused and like steeled against the terrible. I'm building up literary calluses.
I'm not trying to make a healthier, stronger Doc. I'm going to rip that callus off with some pliers or something. I'm going to break you eventually. Now, I do want to say this to the viewers. If you appreciate Doc and I taking the bullets for you and reading all the crap that you don't want to, give us a thumbs up and we can keep doing this for you. Let's hit Secret X-Men #1. It's Tini Howard. She took all the X-Men that didn't win the vote and put them on a team together to go to the Shi'ar Empire and Chandalar. What do you think about this even dumber version of Sunspot that's like, he's not the most serious character, but Tini Howard does not know what it's like to be like a fun-loving guy. She just makes him like this complete boob douchebag.
If a terrible AI writing program were to write a comic that was supposed to be humor, it would do a better job than Tini Howard. Nothing in it's funny. It's just cringy. This is essentially a giant game of hide and seek for this entire comic for no apparent reason.
Other than to have a comic book. That's the only reason. It's there to serve itself. It's a self-licking ice cream cone.
Yeah, it is. And it starts off with Deathbird recruiting Roberto to recruit an X-Men team.
Because he says he's the leader. So he can bang some chick.
So that he can then come find Deathbird, even though she's right there. She could have just hung out and waited for him. And then but make sure they don't tell the Imperial Guard. And then when they do tell the Imperial Guard, it really doesn't matter because then at the end they call the Imperial Guard. Deathbird and Xandra are happy. They're like, okay, well, you guys are done now. All right, we're going to call the Imperial Guard. What the fuck sense did this comic make? And then,
you know what the problem is, Doc? Really, this comic would have been fine, even with the stupid story and if it shallow and it doesn't serve a purpose. You do get these characters that we don't see very often. You get them all into one comic book. If there were cool, fun, natural interactions between them, it would come out and you could find something in there and be satisfied with what you read. At least I got a visit, with Marrow or Tempo or whoever, these characters that we don't ever get to see, but you don't get good versions of them. You get these really watered down, lame ass Tini Howard versions. And so the only thing this comic book could have had going for it is ruined, of course, because it has a second tier is being too generous, a fifth tier like hack writer that doesn't know the characters, obviously.
Her lack of understanding of these characters was demonstrable through this entire comic. I am not the most scientifically gifted person on the planet.
You don't know the science?
I understand a lot of simple, basic science. I am not a scientist by any stretch. I understand a lot of physics. I'm not a genius when it comes to, space travel and all this other stuff, but you had an absolute affront to somebody even as dumb as me. Banshee is useless in space.
I saw that part too. I was like, this is so bad. Like, he would be dead.
Not only would he be dead, it doesn't work. It would come out as nothingness because if you suck in a deep breath before getting dragged into a vacuum, you're gonna explode.
Yes, like a balloon.
Yes, they specifically tell you if you were to ever get dragged out into a vacuum, make sure you expel all of it from your lungs before you get into the vacuum. Because it will both freeze there and explode. It'll cause your lungs to explode. And he sucks in a deep breath, and then he's going to blow it out. And he is going to vibrate the non-existent air. Because that's how his powers work. His powers don't require him to have a like a lung full of air. They require him to expel a small amount and vibrate it at a devastating frequency. If he's in a vacuum, his powers are useless, Tini. Completely and utterly useless.
Francesco Mobley is not my favorite artist, but he's good enough, and it's so wasted here.
I think this was probably the best work that he's ever done, but it's still, I don't think, all that good. I mean,
it deserves better than Tini Howard.
It does deserve better than Tini Howard, but look, this comic was bad. It made no sense. It served no purpose. And at the end, they all got mind wiped to it never having happened. So Xandra played a game of fucking hide and seek with a bunch of B-tier X-Men reject. Then they forgot that they played it. They still called the people that, because they never resolved the whole, like, who's the traitor that's trying to kill Xandra that might be in the Imperial Guard that we think is in the Imperial Guard. They never resolved that. They're just like, okay, and now the people that we didn't want to call, we're going to call.
Hopefully they never do, because this comic book absolutely sucked. So you put out a Tini Howard. I'm going to raise you a Tim Seeley. I think Robin's number 4 might be worse.
I thought it was very bad. I don't think it was as offensive to me. To me. And that's because I'm an X fan. I don't really give a shit. And in fact, all of the Robins except for Tim and Stephanie, I don't really like.
You're the Stephanie Brown fan?
I am the Stephanie Brown fan. She is my favorite Robin by far.
Do you have a spoiler shirt?
No, I don't have a spoiler shirt, but I do have all the issues of Robin where she was Robin. So
I thought you hated legacy characters, but you love Stephanie Brown.
Stephanie Brown had her own identity, then jumped to being Robin because her boyfriend quit. Somebody needed to do the job, so she actually stepped up and did it and was competent at it.
This is the winner of the DC Round Robin tournament. They should have chosen something else. There was some other good stuff in there, but they threw Robins on here, so obviously he was going to win. Tim Seeley he sucks so bad. He's not Tini Howard, but he ain't that far off. This story is so stupid. We start out with this character Anarchy, and we have Jason Todd, we got Dick Grayson, and Damian chasing this character down. And it turns out that character had nothing to do with anything. And then your favorite Robin shows up, old spoiler, Stephanie Brown. She's like, nah, he didn't do it. And then she tells him, like the anarchist, to go back to his Ayn Rand cave.
Yeah.
I hate it when like somebody like a Tim Seeley wants, like they don't like something, but they don't know what it is. And they think that like Ayn Rand is an anarchist. Like there's a big difference between objectivism and anarchy.
Tim Seeley is one of those guys that probably some girlfriend back in high school read Ayn Rand or middle school and realized he was a bitch, dumped him, and just decided that Ayn Rand is terrible ever since.
I think he's just one of those people that isn't like totally read up on stuff, but he knows he's not supposed to like it, so he'll throw it in there, not realizing he's making himself look stupid.
Tim Seeley's nonsensical virtue signal stuck into all these characters' mouths.
The art in this thing sucks too. It's far worse than Secret X-Men.
Everybody, I get it. Like it was supposed to be hot. I guess it's the summertime and it's like a huge heat wave. But everyone looks like melted wax, not like they're sweating. They look like they're melting. It's terrible. The art.
This has some of the same issues that Secret X-Men has, in the fact that the reason that you read a Robins comic is you want to see the interactions between the Robins. They're pretty much like brothers and sisters, and the interactions are all off because no one sounds like themselves. They're all these weird versions of Tim Seeley wishes they were or something. Spoiler
being the girl Robin that needs to be right and keep all the boys in line because that's who he thinks she needs to be. You got Nightwing that just wants to go back to his air conditioning.
Let's go to my place. I got air conditioning. It's like, is that new? You're a billionaire.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
And where's a man bun?
That was really strange, wasn't it?
It really was. And then Red Hood that's basically, well, I probably shouldn't have shot that. I felt really bad about shooting that guy. That's not Jason. The only interesting part of this is the Tim Drake being captured.
The original Robin, or at least
by apparently the original Robin. Because what we needed is to show that Batman was super diverse and inclusive. even before Dick. He went.
Batman was more inclusive before Dick, huh?
Yes, he was more inclusive before Dick. He would absolutely go and recruit a girl Robin because
the 1930s or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And she's wearing like this weird like flapper gear. She's dressed like a 1920s like flapper, like she's gonna go do the fucking Charleston with like.
No, I've never been to one of those dances. I know that you used to go scout for chicks there, man, but
no,
never my scene.
Like the 1920s.
That's what I'm saying. When you go to the retirement home and they have dance night.
Yeah, exactly.
You used to go there with all the prow, you know what I mean?
I went to the strip club for that. I see like a crazy Great Gatsby villain.
Yeah, it was stupid. There's something even dumber than this, though, Doc, is they figured out that they've got these sticks, these thumb drives that apparently have Batman personalities, and people are like shining in their eyes, and they think they're Batman or Robins or something, or villains. And then they know that this is what they're using to control people, and this is how this is all going down. And fucking Dick Grayson just puts in his eyes like, pop. Let me go see what's happening.
Yeah, like, it's like the reverse version of that flashy thing from Men in Black, where it just like implants a personality and a backstory and all that other stuff into you. So now
none of the Robins would ever been like, yeah, we should stick away from that. We'd like, fuck that, I'm going in.
Yeah, like this whole comic was about Robins, like people that were trained by Batman being so absurdly impulsive and not thinking a goddamn thing through and just doing it for the entire comic. If any of these people if any of the people in this comic were trained by Batman, Batman should hang them all.
Well, the Batman scene, there is a Batman scene here. It was like it was gibberish. What the fuck is this dude even talking about? Why is he up there? Why did he get nervous, during a speech? Because some dude in a baseball hat's out there.
Nobody knows who the fuck that guy is supposed to be. Nothing here really made sense or mattered.
It's a Tim Seeley comic. And then, fucking Dick at the very end, because he zapped his own fucking mind, wakes up and he's like Special Agent Dick Grayson again, Agent 37 or whatever he was.
Yeah, back to the Rick Grayson era where he's
Well, it's before that. This is the King, Tim Seeley, Dick Grayson CIA thing. This is when people didn't realize. They thought Tom King was a spy in the CIA. They didn't realize he was like a glorified, like, I don't want to say secretary, but no, he wasn't a garbage man. But he wasn't.
He was a paper pusher.
Yeah, he's not a fucking spy. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And when I say not a spy, I mean like I would be shocked if he had any like actual oversight or insight into any of their operations either.
I'd be surprised if he had anything more above basic clearance.
No, he definitely did. Like just to get in there. I know guys that worked the CIA before.
No. I mean basic level CIA clearance, not.
Yeah, that's way beyond. That's not.
Oh yeah. That's still fairly advanced. But my point is,
he was the go-between that you call in the CIA because they don't want you messing with the people doing the real work. And he had a phone number to transfer the message back. And then when they wanted to give them whatever they had, they would go through him. Like he wasn't doing any of this stuff.
Exactly.
We call him a desk officer. I've done that work before, but no one thinks that I'm like fucking James Bond either.
Yeah, no, this is, at the end. Okay. So basically the whole point of this is it doesn't actually implant a programmed memory. It just implants your fantasy. I think this one's. I think they're all going to be reliving their old lives or so. It's stupid. No one's ever going to finish this series because it's so fucking bad. I'm sorry. I did this one to you, Doc. That was me. I didn't hate you. I'm actually more sorry you did Secret X-Men to me, but
you did that to yourself.
I did, actually. I read it before you even told me that this
you
was going
suggested it to me. I was still trying to come up with the list.
Yeah. It was a train wreck.
Jeez, man. Try to blame that on me. That was a you thing. That was not a me thing.
Yeah, that was my own fucking mistake. As soon as I saw Tini Howard's name on the cover, I should have stopped. But,
Can't help yourself.
Yeah, I can't.
So definitely skip Secret X-Men #1. I think it's a one-shot. There's no reason for it to exist, and there's no reason for you to read it. If you've been reading Robins, I'm sorry.
Stop. Just stop.
You'd be better off just leaving this one alone. Tim Seeley's.
I mean, if you want to see like wax people melt, you can honestly actually just keep watching like that last scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, or both Raiders of the Lost Ark and Last Crusade. Just watch that scene with the Nazi getting turned into a, melting because he's made out of wax. Just keep watching that over and over. It's a better story than this.
Tim Seeley was never like a great writer, but he was never this bad. Something happened. He's done. He's spent good. So yeah, don't do that. If you're interested in the actual worst comic of the week, I did this review earlier. It's about Harley Quinn Eat, Bang, Kill Tour. This comic book is so bad, I wouldn't even subject Doc to reading this one. This is the worst one of the episode. You're not going to believe this. It's next level cringe.